Don't be afraid to execute and be the best at what you're created to do. That's what our society does. It shows us and it showcases the top of the iceberg. All it is a big highlight reel at the top of the iceberg. It's never the what's underneath. It's never the rejection. It's never the humble beginnings. It's never when you get knocked down. It's never when you try something new. You put your life savings into it and it crashed. They don't show that shit, but that's what makes you. Like, a lot of people don't know about me. I got into this business of owning the gym, right? It was my first business. And I was so blind at the time, if I look back. I was so blind at the time. I was so optimistic. You know what I mean? I went out there and I was living on my mom's couch. This is God's truth. I was 26 or 27 years old. I had worked at University of Missouri as an assistant wrestling coach. I had basically transferred to SIUE, which is very close to St. Louis, and I was going to be a head assistant coach there, right? So it'd be a huge career change. So I come down there. I didn't have no savings. I was fucking fresh out of college. I didn't have no retirement. I didn't have nothing in the bank. I came down there in my Pontiac Grand Prix with my arm tied up from having surgery, and I had the car loaded. When I was coaching at SIUE, it was 45 minutes there, 45 minutes back, 1 hour to my jiu-jitsu class, 30 minutes back. Then I had to go to my strength and conditioning class. Then I had to go back. Then I had to go pick up my son, take him to my mom's, go back to class, then shower, then come back home, and I had to repeat. And when I got there, something with HR, something with the processing of my direct deposit, something with me not selecting and signing the retirement package I wanted, it delayed my pay. So I hadn't got paid in 2 months. And meanwhile, I'm in the red. And when I finally started getting paid, 15 days in a month, we got paid monthly. I was in the red at day 15. I racked up $25,000 to $40,000 of credit card debt. And I was pursuing a career of mixed martial arts, and at the same time, I was a head assistant wrestling coach with a full-time job, sleeping on a couch in my mother's kitchen at 27 years old. I had a son that didn't think that he thought he was homeless. He didn't think he had a place to live. I had to drive my son to the storage unit, and at that time, it was a Nickelodeon series called The Backyardigans. It's like these little kids, and they like go on these missions, and the Backyardigans, and they like made this whole backyard that played. So he was big for that. So I went into that. We was on our super spot mission. I punched in the code on the U-Haul truck, and the gate came up, and like, we in. And I go in, I got a key. And now I had to take him so he could see his bed, so he could see his toys, so he could see our things. So he didn't think we were homeless. As a man, that's shattering. As a man, you don't feel like you got the pride. You don't feel like you got self-worth. You don't feel like you're ever going to get to a point where you can put enough acorns away where you can get out of this hole. These are the things that have carved my mindset. When I went through a depression in 2019, I went 5 years without losing. I was that guy. You know what I mean? I had, I fought on these nice pay-per-view cards. I had the fight of the night at the Madison Square Garden. The first time UFC was in New York, everybody standing on their feet going crazy. And I was on the top of the world. And guess what? I was empty. I wasn't living life. I was existing. I wasn't happy in my personal situation. I wasn't happy with the way things were going. I wasn't happy with the way I was treated. The politics that exists in the UFC, that was behind the curtain, you guys couldn't even imagine. It's a book in itself. But the mentality allowed me to push through. It allowed me to break through. And it's the same mentality that's going to sustain you. And a champion is not a person who's a championship hockey player, football player. It's not a championship Olympic gold medalist, 100-meter sprinter. It's not a UFC fighter. It's not a boxer. A champion is somebody that's faced with the option to give up. A champion is somebody that's faced with the choice to take the easier way out. And more times than not, they take the choice to go the opposite direction.